So this is the view as you come into my craft room. On the right I have a neat little sign that my friend Amel made for me. It says keep calm and sparkle, and that is one of the burlap wreaths and muslin wreaths that I made. There's also one on my Etsy. Over here is a Kia frame that was painted black. I painted it white, sanded it, and replaced the glass with the corkboard so I can use it for messages, inspiration, and whatnot. That's my dog Fifi in her dress. Yes, I know it's excessive. So this is, as you enter, this is what you see. Down here below that is one of the items my mom found at a yard sale. She loves going to yard sales. Usually finds me awesome stuff. I placed a lot of those jars from the organization section at Michael's with buttons and all kinds of things. Over here I have, this is actually the beginning of my candy station. So this is another part of my candy station. And last year I actually went antiquing for my birthday. You'll see some of the items that I got. I went antiquing for my birthday and I found this sweet little cubby that came from a grocery store, and it has, in here I like to store things like pearls, cameos, these little acrylic things that my friend Mel gave to me. One of her cousins from the Philippines sent her, and that is part of the whole. So this is my version of a candy station, and we'll start from the top. That is a beautiful picture that was given to me by one of my twin sisters for my birthday last year. This is a beautiful angel that I found at a store in Atlanta, and I brought it back home with me. So as you'll see over here, there are several apothecary jars. I love apothecary jars, and they're all functional because I put my trims and laces. These are some of the trims and laces that were actually in my giveaway. The jar in the back actually holds handmade flowers. When I see tutorials like Lovely Scrap Ends or Butterfly Kisses or anybody that makes flower tutorials and I totally like them, I'll sit down and make quite a few in one day. And this little pearl spray came from Michael's. I like to buy sprays or garlands and just cut them up and use them for projects. Some of the things you're about to see I actually got on my little antiquing trip for my birthday last year. I live in Las Vegas, so there really isn't many places to go antiquing. But there's a small town called Boulder City, and these are some of the items that I got from there. These are vintage and very old music sheets and catalogs that I found. Haven't had a chance to use them in my projects. There's this cute little egg crate. I totally love eggs. So this is one of my other little jars, and this holds little cherubs and angels that I got from a Facebook group. Right here I have another little metal bowl, holds my Scrabble tiles for projects, and I have a few of those. So I love Christmas, so I have this cute little vignette with some trees and St. Nicholas and a polar bear, and a lot of glitter in there. And over here I have just a little cupcake stand with a bird. There's one of the little signs that I got from my craft room. Closer look at the angel. This is one of the dolls I got on my trip to Comic-Con. It's a little pull-up doll in this cute little Alice in Wonderland theme. And a cupcake stand in the back with a little dried flowers in there. And the cute little stand right here, if you notice, there's a little jar that says drink me. This was a little sign made by my friend Amel from when I started my Etsy shop, and I just had to hang it up there on this little shed that I got. I think I got this at Home Goods or something, but it has rabbit and some eggs and vintage egg carton in there. Really cool. It actually opens up and it's all really beautiful. So right here is one of the bird cages that I've made. I had one of them in my giveaway. This apothecary jar holds all of the little scraps and pieces that were left over from projects or cards or layouts. I keep them in that one so I can just pull out little things, and why waste it? You can always reuse it. Another little part of my candy station is another one of those metal jars, metal bowls. I put some large pearls in there, and this is just a porcelain egg crate with leftover bits and pieces, some Artie cake charms. These things were for other projects, and maybe I didn't use them, or I just had too many of them. I leave them here so I can just pick them up and use them and not waste. So this is one of the things I got on my antiquing little trip, excuse me. And this is this cute little cubby thing from a grocery store, and it holds pearls. I have my cameos, and in here some acrylic pieces. These are little things given to me from my friend Mel. Her cousin in the Philippines sent her, and I shared, was kind enough to share with me. This holds vintage metal pieces, buttons, all sorts of things that my mom finds or I find, little bits and pieces that I can use with for my projects. This is just a trim I found during Christmas. Now this ruffled muslin, I saw a picture of this in a Somerset magazine, and I don't know how to sew, and it was like $5 for a yard. So I took some muslin, I had my mother sew it for me. It's really cool. I love that thing. So if we go step back, and you see right here at the bottom, here's some more things. The Coca-Cola crate I found at one of the antique stores for my birthday. These, I have baskets. This is a basket that I got from a small Joann's that was closing. It has tools and ribbons in there. I just tossed it in there. This one has some box pleated ribbon, trim, excuse me. I had some in my giveaway. I just haven't figured out where to put all of that. I got too much. These are little jars. If you notice, I like to buy little crates and boxes and put little jars, decorate them, put labels. I have different sizes just to be able to use to find the right size. And if you're a Star Trek fan, that's actually a Tribble one of my friend John gave me, and I put in a little cage so it doesn't get carried away. This white crate I found at Hobby Lobby, and the cool thing is that the little slabs here, they move out. You can take them out. There's 3 of them, and you can place different things. Some of those are vintage jars. Some of those are just some that I found in my little shopping sprees. So to the left, this is another piece that I bought when the Joann's, a small Joann's by my house was closing. It is this tall rack. It held felt, and it's pretty awesome because it fits my 8.5 by 11 papers perfectly, and I just have them by color and just all right there. So to the left of that, you will see this is where I have those cubes from Michael's, storage cubes, and I have quite a bit of stuff up here as well. This is just a cage with a little bird in the nest, a cool crown, little birdhouse. All of these things I've gotten in craft stores or just things that I like. Little pig, flying pig from Michael's. You can see the painted and distressed jars and their caddies. I have one of those on my Etsy. I plan to put the other one, and a paper mache dress form that I started to decorate with some stamped tissue paper and stuff, and that candle, a yellow jar is actually a candle from Target. You might recognize my old Curiosity mini album, and I also collect these 1/6 scale figure dolls. Now on top here, the first few these eggs were left over from the Easter project. Some scratch paper, I use them to stain things and whatnot, so I just throw it away afterwards. My Martha Stewart scoreboard, some plain cutters. This has just some loose stamps from Stampin' Up! Or other places that I've gotten. Some of these binders hold pictures and ideas, templates that I want to use for projects, and some markers and other little things in there. The 2 drawers below that, these hold these 2 boxes. This is my adhesive drawer. It has all of my tapes, my ATG, my scotch, every adhesive that I have in there. Just regular scotch tape. This holds the corner punches, my crocodile, my eye top, which I'm sorry if I insult anybody, but that thing squishes everything, and some of my rollers from Stampin' Up. This holds the little containers which hold all of the little pieces from my eye top, which I bought so many of, and well, they don't really work. This one on the right, this is where I have all of my loose ink pads, Memento, Stays On, and my acrylic blocks. Right here I have my paint daubers, my glossy accents, my paint stains, anything that comes in a little jar or a little whatnot, it's in here. And this right here holds all of my embossing folders and some of those spellbinders and pressabilities. So that holds right there. This right here actually holds all of my spellbinders. All of the shapes, these, let's see here, all of my paper tray ink ones, and even the new one that you guys probably saw in one of my other videos. So all those go in there. Below that one I have, these are all loose envelopes and cards. This one holds the larger 7 Gypsies or glitz stamps that I have. Sorry for that. This holds, I put the punches at the bottom, this holds just the hand punches, Martha Stewart punches, a lot of these little tab punches. It's really heavy, so I just stick them all down in there. To the left of that, I have this turning thing that has my pens, glue sticks, I don't know why those are there, some other markers, some dimensionals, some rulers, and right there is where I have my ATG. Underneath that, this is how I store all of my loose 12 by 12 paper. It's generally by color or by babies and Easter and Valentine's Day. Solid paper there. Underneath there is where I have other 12 by 12 pads, just various ones, and these are all A4s. Underneath that is where I have all of my other 12 by 12 paper, and this is generally by collection. Pink Paisley, Graphic 45, quite a bit of Graphic 45 and a lot of Prima. Same thing with that one. I have begun to fill this one. This one is pretty packed and they're pretty heavy when they're full. Like I said, this has some of my A4 packs, some chipboard. I have some of my masks, some of the large 12 by 12 masks. So we're moving on to the left, and I have this cool flower market sign. I got that at Hobby Lobby. This old frame I painted and distressed and put some chicken wire on it. Some more pictures of my dog. It's another one of the 1/6 scale figures that I collect. So this is my Copic markers. These are my Copic markers, and a little Christmas tree I made last year with some tissue paper. I couldn't get rid of it. So I have quite a bit of these. Thankfully I got some, I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, I got some Christmas money, so I used that to start my Copic collection, which started a whole other stamp collection addiction. Right below that is this handmade beautiful piece. Was made by my friend Rose's husband Greg, who I told I want one of these to hold all of these stamp pads. These are the ones from Stampin' Up! When I was a demonstrator, which they suck because now they went ahead and changed all of their stamp pads. Anyhow, not better. It holds 100. It was beautifully made with crown molding, and the bottom actually has a tray for ribbon, because I get crazy when I have to run out of a ribbon. It's usually the one right in the middle of the spool, so you have to the spike, so you have to take it out and replace all of them. Anyhow, so on this table is an extension of my little candy bar here. This is another one of my other crates that I found. I found this vintage image and I printed it, distressed it quite a bit, and I made these ribbon and lace holders out of different dies from the Pink Paisley London Market collection, and then I also put the little die on there, and it's all on medium weight chipboard to hold some of my laces and trims. Just a cute little way of displaying it. I also have some glassine bags right there. It's sitting on top of a 7 Gypsies tray. Sorry, I haven't used it. These are a few little projects I just finished. I used the printer line. I can show you guys these later and other, if you guys want me to show you that. But I just have those there because I'm about to take them for a craft fair. Now this is another one of my favorite little pieces. Now this looks like a vintage piece, but I found it at Hobby Lobby, and it holds my metal pieces. Now each one of these has a little different thing. Some Tim Holtz feet, some of these pulleys for the drawers, little metal things, bottle caps. This one just holds absolutely a whole bunch of keys. I have Graphic 45 keys, I have some from Michaels, all sorts of them. Clocks and wings and crowns in this one. Book clip plates. This one holds just locks. And this is filigrees and corners. So it's this beautiful wooden box, and it's really neat. I don't know if they still have them, but I think they do. So right here, that metal container, I think I got at Joann's, and I have some matching ones down underneath this desk as well. Holds all of my scissors on one side and bone folders. Over here is styluses and X-Acto knives. And I have my X-Acto knives with these things because I always lose the cap. If you guys can find me one that doesn't lose the stupid cap because they're dangerous and they put the cheapest caps on these things and kill myself, I would buy 100 of them. This is the other piece that matches the set with the 3 cubbies from the grocery store, and like I said, I got a really good deal too on them. And this just holds pearls and these little roses that I got from Saw Crafters, some vintage buttons, So it holds that, and it's cute because it says toffee, so it's perfect for a candy bar. This little thing to the left is from the jewelry section at Joann's, and it holds some of my newer Primas and some Lizzie stamps. I'm surprised that I have those. And some of these Unity stamps. Right behind that is this little, it's supposed to be a letter organizer, but I actually use it to hold my Gypsy and the cables and everything that goes to my Gypsy because my Cricut is right next to that. Before we get to that, buckets, these are, I forgot where they're from, but they hold quite a bit of things. I have some leather, some bottle, some jarred lids there, vintage bags. There's a neat little train case I found somewhere, and then I actually tea-stained a bunch of paper one day. A little crate that holds some of my 6x6 pads. This is this thing that came to our work during Christmas that had some stuff in. I took it and I stored my magazines in there. Some other jars, some baskets. These are some napkins that I have to make for a baby shower. And these are some of these cool trays from, I think my sister got these from Michael's and she let me have them, so I decorated. It says a little vintage jar, and I used the London Market Pink Paisley collection. Obviously you guys can tell I love that thing. So right over here. So on top of that, I have these little stuffed animals were given to me as a gift. They're totally adorable. I totally forgot what they're called. This shelf was one of those shelves from Memory Makers, I think, from Michael's. It was a gift that my other twin sister gave me. And it has quite a bit of little vintage things, some jars, some buttons. Get a little close up there. This little suitcase I found at a craft fair, and it actually holds some of the little stick pins that I made. A little trap fairy in a jar and a bunch of little things. Right below that, I actually glued these little white hooks to it, and I use them to hang my stained or colored, dyed seam binding. And I also, at the same time that I do that, I also color some of the rosette trim, so I have the matching ones and I just hang them there. I don't dry them there because it would make a big mess. So I have this little cart, and this is on casters as well, and this has a few of my machines. I have my Cricut, my Big Shot, so I have my Bind It All, and there's usually my postal scale there for my Etsy shop, but behind that is also the Teresa Collins stamp maker. It was a gift from my partner, and I'm sorry I haven't used it yet. I feel totally guilty for that. But then this neat metal basket was actually a gift from my partner as well, and it's pretty awesome because these baskets come out and you can take them to do a project in the living room or whatever. But at the bottom I have quite a bit of my flowers, some of the Prima flowers, and some I Am Roses, the little gardenias in the back, and there's my road stuff in there, not that much of it. I also have the rosette trim. Now this trim, I was actually pretty lucky. I went into Joann's one day and they had it by the yard. So I got a couple of yards and I just cut it up. So I like to share it with my friends. And some of these rosettes I got on Etsy. Totally forgot the name of the Etsy seller, sorry. And this beautiful rosette heart. These are some, I have a friend who she makes bows and headbands. Sally, she also has, it's Addie's Bows on Facebook, so those are pretty cool. I asked her for some for a baby shower. And then I thought I would try my hand at making some and try to impress her. These are the ones I made. I saw some pictures on Pinterest and I thought it'd be really neat to make those for a friend of ours' baby shower. So that was my craft room. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you have any questions or if there's anything that I overlooked because I was super excited to just jibber jabber away, please let me know. And once again, there's just another little final look at my version of a candy station. Hopefully you guys like it. And I'm probably going to go antiquing. My birthday is in April, so I'm probably going to go antiquing for my birthday again, just for fun, because it's nice to get out of the city. And I'm actually thinking of, let me know what you guys think, I'm thinking of hosting a birthday challenge. I was inspired by a few people here on YouTube because they're super talented and super awesome. Totally inspired by them. Sorry for the lighting, but this is my desk, and like I said, I usually have my iPad there while I watch or listen to something. But these are the bins that I got at the Joann's that was closing. They're pretty neat. They hold quite a bit. This one, and it has the London Market paper line again. And this, of course, idea I totally scrap lifted from Butterfly Kisses. Thank you. And this holds stickles, glitter. That one holds all these acrylic items, my wheat sprays. This holds right here, those are flowers. I like to keep a bunch of the flowers in each color there so I can just reach up and grab them. This has stamens, some metal pieces, sanding block and sanding paper, some felt for my, you'll see in a minute, my Tim Holtz distressing tool thing. And this holds each one of, when you get the die cuts, it has one of the cutouts or something. I put them all in there so I have them on hand so I can measure them or see if I can use them on a project or how much space I'm going to need when I use them on a project. You can see here's a stamp, and this one is the pocket watch. So I always have those here so I know what size they are and how big they're going to be on the project. There's an old stamp that I use for my crafts right now. It has my initials. I found this in an old shop over in Hollywood. Just some random stuff up here. This is my friend Sally made that, the one that makes the bows. Totally off camera. So here are the stains that I have, vintage photo and all that. I like to have them on hand so I can just reach up, grab them, and start using them. This is actually, this Lego head is a pencil sharpener. So this metal carrier right here has quite a bit of stuff. One day I just sat there and I made some library pockets and different things, tags. I stick all of my printed tags or my cut tags just there and just to have them so I can use them on my project. Sorry about the glare. So I'm going to pull back now. Oh, and on my desk, these are a few little things. I always have, this is the cutter from Stampin' Up. I always have that there. And that little cigar box, I have it so when I'm working on a project, I'll put all of my cutouts and anything there so I have them and I don't lose them or else they end up underneath my desk. This is just a towel rack I repurposed, and I hung some of the Melissa Francis hangers there. I wanted to buy those wire hangers, the vintage ones that had like a little label in the center, but they stopped making them, I guess, before I got to them. So I just started making my own. These are little wooden hangers I use for projects. And you see this weird looking thing right here? That is this arm that I use to hold my cell when I make my videos for my project. This is the area right above my desk. This holds all sorts of things. These are old frames I just crackle painted, took out the back and put pegboard on them. So this holds tons of things. I need more pegs. I ran out of pegs. So the smaller one over here on this side, this holds so right above my desk I have these 3 frames that I took and I crackle painted, then put pegboards in them so I can hang my items that I have, because if I don't have them out I might not use them, and let's just say that I run out of pegboards or I need bigger ones. So, and we'll get a little close up right now. The one on the left here holds charms, metal chain, little different metal things for either my charms or latches or whatever I want to use. The top part right here, it has all sorts of embellishments from sprays, some Prima, some metal trinkets. I think those are from Hobby Lobby also. All of these metal things, and there's tons of them. All sorts of things. Some tags, some Webster's pages, and some fab scraps. All sorts of things. So I like to have them on hand, that way I can see. In the top over here behind these, there's ephemera, packs of ephemera, so I can have them and use them, because if I put them away, I will totally never use them. So right here, sorry for the light, this is mostly metal things like Tim Holtz, also some stuff from Hobby Lobby, 7 Gypsies, the jars, tons of this stuff. I love it. And it's all right there. So like I said, so I can have them out and I use them. Okay, so my next thing is this metal sign I got at Hobby Lobby. I was going to make it a chalkboard sign and whatnot, but then I realized I needed somewhere to put my movers and shapers dies, so I have them all there except for the Baroque and the small cabinet die. The rest of them are all here, and it's neat because I have them right there. And to the left, and I'll show you guys that in a second, is where I have all of my dies. But they're right there and I can just reach up, grab them, or slap them back on there and they stick. So this is the closet, or better yet known as the warehouse. So here we go. We'll start from here. That's just an old shoe thing that I put extra things, some paper towels, bags for the trash can, some Christmas kits. I had a class one time. So we're going to go to this right here. This is the large dies, the XL dies. These are this shelf. This is actually an old DVD case as well, DVD shelf. So these are all the plates and some of the smaller dies there. And this is the whole row of Tim Holtz ones. And these are all the various Sizzix ones, the green ones, the red ones, and some Stampin' Up ones. So right behind there I have all of my flat punches, whether they be just from EK Success or Stampin' Up, even though they make them. They make the ones for Stampin' Up. These are the items, the crafts that I have on my giveaway. I just place them there so I don't mess them up. And on this side over here, these are different molds that I've made of things. Right here, this holds my plastic bags, like those to seal, that they can seal to put cards and everything in. This holds my Spellbinders. This holds my Spellbinders Grand dies and the die strips from Sizzix. These are just little wire baskets. I don't even remember where I got these, but these hold some of my chipboard, some little mini albums that I might have started. Right here is just the wires, for my Bind It All. A few different things, some books old books that I use for my crafts, cigar box. That's just some Easter egg carton. This holds chipboard, and this is all Christmas paper. To the left, these are different projects that I have on hand that I want to start or even begin to finish. Some crates. This is a cool little carrier. Some paper mache books, and right here is all of my chipboard. I have the heavyweight and the lightweight chipboard. I bought it by the case just to make sure I have it. These are just some containers and some of the more wooden hangers. These are different printouts from different websites that I see with the free graphics. You can use them and just have them for their different things, vintage stuff and whatnot. Some albums up there. Ironically, I make mini albums and I've never finished one for myself. So to the left, just these little metal buckets that hang and little Melissa Francis thingamajiggy. It's got some hydrangeas on there. Now, on the top, this is that grapevine. I think I got at Joann's, that it comes rolled up. You stick it in water and then you expand it. I just put it across here, and then I just stuck some little birds, some berries and things, and I put little alligator clips with the little hanging clips so I can hang and display different cards. I did a class on this card, and these were cards I made for Christmas, and a picture of my dog. So it just goes across the other. So if you see the little metal things, that's where it has little clips to hang things from. So now to the bottom of the closet, this holds wrapping paper. These bins have different things like paints, brushes, all sorts of junk. And there's my Xyron. Yes, I have the old one. It still works, still good. There's some suitcases and a project that I've started. Just one last look at my craft room. So if there's anything that I forgot to go over or maybe didn't mention because I was super excited, please let me know. And just one more look at my version of a candy station. So hopefully you guys liked it, and I plan to go antiquing again for my birthday this year. My birthday's in April. Tell me what you guys think. I'm debating on having a birthday challenge. I was super inspired by Crafty Chica 87 and Crafty Cake 7 to probably do a birthday challenge. They're doing one right now, which I plan to participate. But anyhow, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. And like I said, if there's anything I overlooked, please let me know. Bye.